right, well, we're gonna get started here tonight. So I'm gonna pick up from where I left off yesterday, and there was actually a really dumb issue that I ran into. So let's start things up here. Okay, so open this up. So the issue left off with yesterday was adding a logout button. And the logout button just was not being clickable. It's like, what the heck is going on? Was I using the wrong path? Was I doing something weird? This is one of the first times I've used like the Rails 8 authentication and some just playing around with it, but first time actually like setting things up with logout, user registration, and everything. So I was like, am I missing something here? But no, it was just a missing closing bracket. So I'm gonna go to let's fix that first here. Footer, and right there. Let's see if this is clickable now. There we go. We're logged out. I don't know how much time I spent on that. I think it was like probably at least 15 minutes, maybe longer. Dumb. That's how it goes. All right, now we're past that. Plan for tonight. The plan for tonight. What is the plan for tonight? One sec here. All right, let's head over to Kippos. So the plan for tonight is, well, I got past this logout button. Next is user registration. So with our, let's go back to, all right, so with the authentication we set up using the Rails 8 generator, it nicely created this login screen for us here. Even has forgot your password. We don't have any emailer set up yet, so that's not going to do anything at the moment. So we'll need to hook all that up. I'll likely use Postmark for this project. I like using them. It's always been very reliable. So what we'll do is right now, there's no way for someone to actually create an account. So like if we go, I don't think there might be users. Let's see what routes Rails generated for us here. So we have a resources session, resources password, words, no resources users. So let's set up, we're gonna resources users. I don't think we have, let's check out what we have for controllers. So we have, I haven't set up a user controller yet. We see we have our sessions and passwords controller. This stuff was all just generated by Rails with the Authentication Generator. We have our other methods that use our authentication concern. So we can check things like, we can check before any actions. Well, passwords is a bad example. Let's use, so sessions controller, we have allow authenticated access only for new and create, so that makes sense. Items, I believe, yeah, so items will inherit from our application controller. And our application controller includes the authentication concern. So before any action, before any action, it's going to require authentication unless we see allow unauthenticated access. Okay, so and then we also have our helper method authenticated, which we have used in the footer right there, if authenticated. So the logout button will only show if authenticated. And yeah, let's get rolling on this stuff here. So we created our route. Let's generate our controller. We'll go Rails, generate controller users, and do that. Let's hop over to our new controller, user controller, open that up. So we're going to create a, we're going to have a few different actions here. We'll have create, we'll have an edit, have a well, let's go here. I'm going to organize this a bit better here. Let's go like this. So start with show. We'll have an edit. We'll have create. We'll have update, and then we'll also have a destroy. We don't need an index. All right, so, oh, and we'll need a new actually as well. So let's go with def new there, and let's start with this. So we'll go user.new. And let's go set up the view for that. Under users, and we'll go in. So let's just create these html.erb, edit.html.erb, show.html.erb, and that should be it. Okay, now I'm going to grab my item new, just so I can grab the field styling that I used here. Keep that all the same. Paste that in. Grab this here too. I don't need that. There we go. Whoops. Okay. So we'll go form width model. You know what? Let's go user.new rather than setting it here. And form then let's head over to users new. So now we need to grab that, because right now we're require authentication, so that's why we're getting this sign in here. It's redirecting to our sign in page. So what was that method? It was here. Allow unauthenticated access, but I want to see what they do in, yeah, right here. So we can pass in which views we want that to apply to, because we only want that to apply to new. And create. Okay, perfect. So now, let's see if we can actually navigate to that page. Users. There we go. Okay, good. Let's change the title to register. Or let's say sign up. We'll keep name, so that's a field that we have. Okay. I'm gonna do that hover effect I was doing yesterday. Flex, justify, center, items, center, and then go hover, scale 125, transition all. Don't want to center, want to go items, start. It's a little intense. Let's drop it to 110. All right. So we'll need to set up our parameters, user params. We have so params dot require user dot permit name, email address, and I need to check what is the password. So we have a password digest. Yeah, I don't, off the top of my head, I'm not sure how this works, so we're gonna have to figure this out here. Email address and password digest. All right, so here's our create. So we're gonna go user equals user dot new row per user params, and now we need to check a few things. Well, we'll do this first. We'll go so we need to check if the password the two passwords match, so the password and password confirmation. Password confirmation. So I'm gonna go return unless, actually, so we'll say unless those equal each other, we're going to go return, and then we'll return an error, we'll go flash alert. Password confirmation does not match. So let's try that out. Let's go tester test at email.com. Let's go password 1, and then we'll say password 2. So nothing's going to happen. So let's then say redirect to new user path. We don't have any alerts actually set up here yet, so let's add, we don't have any place where these alerts are going to show. So I'm going to add that in application HTML, just under the header. Let's call it render alerts. alerts.html.brb. And we'll say if flash alert or flash dot notice. Use I'm kind of brain farting at the moment on these flash alerts. I just want to check out the docs. Rails alerts, flash alert. Let's go Rails docs. Let's search like this. Okay, so it's in our controller docs here. Where did I see that? The Flash. Okay. So Flash notice. You successfully logged out. Okay, well maybe I'll just use this syntax because it's a bit nice, cleaner. So what was it? I was like, this. So redirect to user path, and we'll add alert. Password confirmation does not match. Just gonna grab this, flash keep and flash now. So I didn't even know there was a flash keep. Kind of want to see what is in these here. So let's try this. Okay, so we have that showing up there. Oh, that's interesting. I did not know you could do that either. You can actually use any key. So if you notice an alert, and you can use actually any other keys, you can do that as well. That's cool. So I don't really want to pass in the, so I'm using Tailwind here, so I don't really want to go and start setting up CSS classes. So what I'll do is, we'll say if, see, I need to know what these, how these are coming through here. We'll just go probably can do if flash dot or alert. So we'll change styling based upon if it's an alert or if it's a notice. If flash notice background red 200 rounded large padding 8. Just copy that and then change the color to yellow. Okay, and then see I haven't used this particular flash.each. I like this. Usually go if there is, I basically just do this, if flash alert, and then add in the messages. But let's just see how this works here. So I'm gonna maybe go like this. Flash alert each do alert. We'll try this out anyway, see how it works. Might have to change this. And then we'll say like this, say alert. Okay, grab that. Let's do the same thing right here. Go notice. Whoops. Notice. 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 I'm going to make this easier to see what's going on, let's just add that in right here. So I'll go flash alert. We'll say testing. Okay, so that doesn't work. What can we do here? Flash. So we have flashes, flash alert. Just gives us a single message. So that's not going to work, I don't think. So I'm wondering what the reason is for having multiple messages like they had in this example here. It's not really something I've used before. So I have like for each flash, you're creating its own little alert div. So, let's reload. Flash. So yeah, it overwrote the first one. I don't really see any situation where I'm going to want two alerts. I know I guess there's situations where you have multiple errors, but like you can just pass the errors through into the message. So, all right, so let's just do the one, and then I'm going to get rid of this here. And just go flash alert. Same thing here. Flash notice. Okay. Just make it a little bigger. Maybe center the text. Let's go text red 700. And we'll go text yellow 700. It's not dark enough. Darker still, maybe. Okay. And then let's check the alert or the notice flash. That's super bright. Let's just go 100. Okay. You know what, for the notice, I might just even just go teal. Because we'll use that for things like you've successfully logged in. Okay. Now let's see how this works here. So I'm gonna go debugger. And let's reload this first. Oh, there we go. So we'll go tester @email.com, password 1, password 2. They do not match. We're hitting enter. We're in our controller action. Let's go next. Let's go next. All right, so that should have entered that condition block, but it did not. Why? Password is nil. Okay. Oh, it's because we need to be looking at user password and user password confirmation. Let's try that again. Next, we've entered the block. Should redirect now. Password confirmation does not match. Good. Now, do I want to put that alert further down by the password confirmation? Maybe. Before I do that, I want to check out what validations do we have here. So we have normalizes email address. does that make it so that a email is required? Well, let's check. So let's go RC to open our console, user, create, just do that with nothing. And it did create it. So we need some validations. Oh no, it didn't actually. Password can't be blank. Okay, so there's a validation on the password. Using has secure password. I want to check out what that's doing. Where is that? Has secure password. So is that gem taking care of it for us and adding that has secure password method? I guess. Bcrypt gem. I'm not seeing where it's defined anywhere else in the code base. So must be in that gem. Either way, it's doing what we needed to do. So let's also create a validation. Validate present. Validates email address. Present true, and we also need uniqueness. I think we can do that. These are things I always forget. Let's just go ask our AI, is this a valid validation? What else? No, we're already good. We don't need to do that. Okay. Because we're doing this right here. All right, so let's now go back and try and create a user. So we couldn't do it without a password. Let's try and create it with just a user with just a password, and we should. That should not work. So let's go password, password digest, password. Validation failed, email address can't be blank, good. And then let's use an email that already exists, whoops. Validation failed, email address has already been taken, good. Okay. So if the user saves, we'll redirect to root path. Otherwise, Oh, I hate that auto completion. User, no, I'll just do redirect to root path, and then else render new, and we will go flash alert, and we'll grab our errors. So go user. Okay, well, let's just pause on that for a sec here. Let's try it out. So name, we'll go tester@email.com, password 1, create account. Let's see what's happening. Okay. We're gonna try to save it. It did not. So our password is blanked, and that's because we are not actually doing anything with it at the moment. So that's what we would expect. All right, so asking AI, what's a good way to display errors here in a flash alert? So we're just going to go full error, full messages to sentence. That's what I was wanting. Okay. Whoops. Okay. So let's do that. Get rid of this. Okay, let's get rid of this for a moment. Let's continue that. Do that again. Passwords can't be blank. Good, so we're getting an error message. Let's just try this. Password can't be blank and email just can't be blank. Perfect. All right, so it's actually putting it in like nice, friendly sentence form. Maybe we should have validation on the name too. Don't care about uniqueness. So we try and do an empty form. Password can't be blank, email address can't be blank, and name can't be blank. Perfect. Okay, now let's deal with our password situation here. This is what I need to use to create our password digest. So we're checking if they're the same. If they are the same, we continue. And then we can also now go user.passworddigest equals this method, and then we'll pass in params user password. actually don't want this changed directly, so let's do that. Now let's try this. Tester at email.com. Password 1. All right, we got a redirect. Didn't log us in. So user.last, we created the user, but it just didn't log us in. Let's destroy that user. So what is our method for logging in after? Go to our session controller, go to start new session for user. And we'll redirect to root path. Okay, so let's try this again here. We'll use new. Let's go tester at email.com. Password 1. There we go. We're in. User created and authenticated. Log out. Let's try logging in with this user. So we'll go tester at email.com and password 1. Let's do a wrong password first. So let's go P. All right, so we need to get rid of that additional flash alert there. Tester at email.com, password 1. We're in. Let's add a flash notice saying something like welcome. Flash notice. Actually, let's use this welcome. So go welcome to Kippos. I'll rename this to flashes. And then we need to change that here, here to flashes. And then let's go into our flashes and add another one of these saying do I want to do anything else different with this? If I'm not doing anything else different with it, then it's kind of pointless to do this. You could go like add some emojis in here maybe. Wave. And then probably eventually too, you'd have like a button here with a bit of a walkthrough of how to set things up. So that's useful. But you probably would want that to show up. So we could even do a check in our item. We could have another flash just called something like new user, or maybe like no items. And if there's no items, you could display a kind of instructions on how to create a new item. Okay. I'm going to destroy that user and create them again. Destroy. Users new. Let's go tester at email.com. Password 1. There we go. Welcome to Kippos. Let's make it bold. Class font bold. Maybe like text 2XL. So let's get rid of that user again and try that again. So tester at email.com, password 1. Welcome to Kippos. That's pretty huge. So let's just decrease that to that. And all right, good. So that handles registering the user. I'll need to create a link on our login page to create a new account. Okay. So let's clean this up a bit here. So this will be under session new. Session new. We can get rid of these here. Let's go to our user new, grab our styling that we've used here. And actually I'm gonna grab these autofocus and autocomplete. This is nothing I can't stand more than when a website doesn't allow your password manager to work. Whether it's because they don't have the correct autocomplete attribute set, or some of these stupid websites that don't allow pasting in to password. Like, what is the, I've never understood what is the point of that. Who is making that decision? It's ridiculous. If you ever made that decision, please tell me why. But I doubt anyone watching this would be making that decision, because it seems like an absolutely stupid decision. All right, what next here? I'm just gonna screenshot this. I'm trying to be consistent on posting things on X. So let's do that. No, let's make it a little better. This is one of my favorite apps I have here. It's CleanShot. And so you can take screenshots and then you can do some things like this, make them look nice. You can even like, so you can even adjust the inset, which is cool. So it just like it matches whatever the color is of the background. So you can like zoom in like this. Let's just go like that. It's pretty good. Save that, and I'm gonna throw this on X. So let's say got the, actually let's do this, or no, we'll do that. So got the user registration up and running tonight. First time doing this using the Rails 8 Authentication Generator. All right, then what next here? Okay, I want to check how long we've been going. We're going for an hour. I think I started a bit earlier tonight, so it's only 9:20. Okay. Let's see what happens. We're gonna want to deal with this. So quantumfire@email.com. My password. What is my password? What happens if you try to visit users/new? Okay, we don't want that. So let's go to our user controller, and we'll say if redirect to root path if authenticated. Not there. Well, actually, yeah, let's do it there too. And then also here. Okay. All right, good. Okay, so Some other things we'll want to do for user authentication, registration stuff is the ability to edit a password. One of the things too is I need the user to be able to set their time zone. I want to do that next year because that kind of, well, it really affects all the dates and everything. And right now I just have a time zone hard coded and I prefer to get rid of that. So let's add a new, did I commit everything here? Okay, we'll say, oh, I missed, let's add that to the last commit. Sessions. So, oh yeah, I was gonna start working on that. No, let's not do that right now. Okay, and then we'll just commit this. Oops, get rid of this one. We'll add this. We'll say redirect to root if user authenticated. Say user new and create redirect route if user authenticated. All right, good. Now time zone. So what I want is if a user has not had a time zone set up, it'll just appear right here, right on the first screen you see, so that it's the first thing you do is to select your time zone. Okay, so let's go to, well, let's create a migration. We'll go Rails, generate migration, add time zone to users. Add column to users will be time zone. I always forget the order. Oh, interesting. I didn't specify a column type here. Amount and direction. Okay, no, we removed them, that's why. Add column, paydays before. Okay, so time zone, this will be a, I think we just want a string and no default. Rails DB migrate. So now we have a time zone column. Let's head over to our item index. Actually, I want it on any page because it needs to be set early on. So we'll just go render. Where do I want to put this? Probably under users, time zone. Okay, and then let's go go time zone. How do I want to do this? I'm going to have to create a whole new, no I won't, I just need a partial here. Time zone. HTML.erb, and then this will have a condition. We'll say unless current.user.timezone.present. So if the user has a time zone already set, this won't show up. And we'll go form with Model will be current user. And then we'll add a field here. Called time zone. Please select your local time zone. Okay. Good. MX auto and width full max width. Let's go max width XL. Margin top 8. Then let's also go background teal 100. Let's make it a bit bigger. And then add some padding in here. PY 4PX. Wow. Let's go 4. Okay, maybe we'll go text white. Nope. I don't really like the way this looks. I don't know. Not liking how any of this looks. Okay, let's get this working, then I can play around with the styling a bit here. Okay, so we need a select field with all of the time zone options. Rails select with time zone options. Time zone select. Come on, page. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted. This one here. Oh, come on. This website's down or what? API doc? APIdoc.com. That's annoying. Wow. It actually just redirected to the non-SSL version of the site. Crazy. Someone forget to renew their SSL cert or their domain or something? Okay, well, let's hop over to AI. How can I use in this form? Don't want default. It's pretty annoying that I need to tell. Actually, let's do it right now, because like these are such unnecessary comments here that Claude is giving. Let's go preset options. Chat settings. So I'm saying in my instructions to this, I'm saying you're a programmer, pair programming with me to write a Ruby on Rails application. Be concise, provide sources when helpful. Adhere to Rubocop rules provided in Rails. Avoid using unnecessary code comments. AI preset. Let's edit this. Did that edit it? No. So let's edit that. There we go. Update presets. That's still not loading. Okay, anyway, so we've got our answer. I want to get rid of that. I want to get rid of these comments. Just no, we'll leave that there. Okay, so time zone all. good. Our classes are not applying, so Claude, you gave me incorrect syntax. I think it's probably like this. Yeah. For all these people who are always like, AI can just build full apps for you, while it can't even give me a proper select form with the proper syntax. Don't get me wrong, I use AI a good amount, but I also know when it's giving me wrong answers most of the time, and when it's taking me down, like, see, the thing with AI, it just can take you down the worst rabbit holes. So like, if you don't have a clue at all about what you're doing, which like for me happens when I start playing around with other languages and stuff, or if I'm trying to do some like, I don't know, more complicated things in JavaScript, and I'm trying to use AI without actually trying to figure things out on my own, man, it gives me a hard time. Because it literally will just take you down rabbit holes where it's the whole concept or the approach is incorrect, and then it just hallucinates or it's just wrong, and yeah, it can be a real time sink. All right. Okay, so where are we at here? We need a button. Let's add a button. Let's add a button. See, the thing with AI too is like, you gotta understand that it doesn't understand. And it's not like it's running the code and checking it for you. Until you have that, like when that comes, well, that'll be a complete game changer. And maybe there's certain, I don't know if there's certain ways you can do that, but nothing that I've used has done it in a good way. And if it's not understanding the code, it's just regurgitating what other people have written. It's getting its information from all its training data. It's regurgitating it. And there's a lot of bad code out there. So yeah, you're going to get bad code sometimes. Maybe a lot of the time. All right, why aren't I getting this? Let's pull this up here. I want this beside that. I want this to actually be our flex gap to, let's make this grow. Don't need this. Okay, we have ba-da-ba-bum-bum-bum. So we have div, open, close, close. This needs to be after this. There we go. And do we have one more? Yeah. Okay. Alrighty, then let's add some rounding, rounded LG. Let's increase that padding to 4. And let's go hover BGTL 100. Kind of looks like it's like fading out. Let's forget that at the moment. Let's get this working. All right, so what do I have here? So I have a form for the user. I have the time zone field, and this needs to go to user update. So user controller update. We want to check if we're authenticated. It will do that because we're only allowing authenticated access to the new and create actions. So this is good to go. We can go user equals current user. We can go user.update user params. We need to add time zone in here, time zone, and then we'll just redirect to root path. Then once I select one, it should no longer show. All right, now let's double check that that's saved. It should, because it's not showing. So let's go user.first. Time zone, central time, US and Canada. Perfect. All right, now that is set, let's go to our user model. No, where I have is under item. So basically, the issue here is that we've hard coded this in. So let's go user. We'll just default to the current user, and we can get rid of this. And we can go user time zone, user time zone, user time zone. Let's copy that, paste, get rid of that, get rid of that. All right, good. Now we have time zones that should be working correctly. Reload, good. Okay, now when I create an item, I want to make sure that it's created in the correct, well, it's by date, right? So we don't actually have times, so we're fine there. Cool. All right, so what do we have working here? We have items, show working, and edit and updates. That's all working good. We have our registration and log out. We have new item. Haven't spiced up any of this yet, but that will come. And I can check this off. I cannot check that off at the moment. Undefined method any items.any. Okay, let's fix this. Let's commit everything else and then let's fix this. So time zone. All right, user time zone support. So our error is undefined method any. It is in our update turbo stream. So it looks like the update completed and then it's trying to load up additional items. However, there were not any. So items is nil. Item controller update. Let's go update stream. Okay, so if items any. No, we're not using this controller. We're using the status controller. So we go update. We then go update item item, and then we go update the item, and then we're grabbing the frame. I don't know if I like the way I did this at all. Is our frame set? Let's see. So it's upcoming items. So, oh, there's our issue right there. We don't have upcoming items. Yeah, do we need it to load anything more? No, so like we don't need it to actually replace anything on the upcoming items. So we could just go else. That autocomplete is the worst. Items. Empty array. However, if we do that, it's going to do this. So that's a problem. So we don't want it to actually say no unpaid items due there. There are items there. I think this whole approach is kind of flawed. What would be a better way? It's hard to think on stream for stuff like this. Usually I would just turn my music off and think this through, but let's try. I'll turn the music off in my headset. Does that turn it off on the stream? No, it doesn't. Okay. Okay, so what we're doing now, the reason we have these checks here and the reason we're loading items is because when we have an update, I want to keep this, so let's open a new tab. So when we have a status update, it needs to remove the item. That's happening here. it's also happening here because it's reloading all the items and just refreshing that frame with only items that are there. So it's not actually removing it, it's just replacing it with all the items. I don't love the fact that I have to load these items every time. So, okay, so what am I trying to accomplish? I need it to remove the item. I need it to show this if there are no items. I don't actually need it to reload the items. I just need a count of the items. And I do probably need the frame from which the status was updated. The other way to do that would be to grab the date, but then you got to go in and figure out, is this upcoming or this overdue? And then we also have a status change, so that makes it more complicated. Just passing in the frame as a parameter makes that simple. What I don't want is the situation here where we're not actually loading. We don't need to load any more upcoming. However, I think if that was the last one in upcoming, you know what, maybe we do actually want that. Okay, so because if there are no other upcoming within this window of time, okay, so that leads to another question. What should the window of time be for upcoming? Should it be a window of time, or should it just be the next ones that are upcoming? So maybe it should be upcoming in next 7 days, and then actually specify that right here and say in the next 7 days. That would probably make the most sense. And in that case, we do want to do the same thing, and we can probably use the same approach. So let's do that. I'm gonna put the music back on. All right, so we're gonna this all still should work the same. Let's space this out a little bit here so it's a little more clear. So we actually do want when upcoming items. I'll change this to upcoming. I don't think I have a method for that yet. So we'll go like this. We'll go upcoming. Now we want a scope for this. Okay, we do have an upcoming scope. I do want a default end date. So let's go like this. Let's go end date. We'll go date.today plus 1 week. This is the default. Layout space in lambda literal. Do not use spaces between. So we have a default end date. So we'll go, is our due date is greater than, whoops, greater than due tomorrow, and less than end date. So this way we can modify the end date. That'll be useful for some paging that I'll want to add in so that we can actually load more when we're on that page. I need this due date. So is that right? We'll say less than or equal to. Okay, because that gives you the next 7 days then. Or no, next 7 days would be, so it's tomorrow and then, well, yeah, tomorrow plus 7 days would be that. Okay, so we lost an item there. Let's go like this. Let's go item controller, and then we can specify an end date just to try this out. And we'll go date today plus 1 month. Ordering is incorrect. Let's add some ordering in. It's all these. Go order by name. These are all the same day, so we just order by name. And then for this one, we can go order by first by due date and then by name. So now this should go below this on refresh here, which it has. And then we have this ordering by name. I think I actually also want it to be by direction. So in and out. So we'll just go direction and then in, because it's alphabetically before out, should show up for then. That way all the income shows up first. And then this one will go due date first and then by direction and then by name. Didn't change anything because we don't have any income. Let's just say paycheck. Okay, I don't have a good emoji for that. Let's create one. Let's go like that. Let's also add in this. head back here. So we'll go paycheck. Let's go in. Let's go like 4,000 or something like that, and then go. And this is where I'd want pay on due date to disappear when you select the direction. I don't have a category, but I'd have a category set for paycheck, but. All right, so we're showing in, that's good, payment date, category. And then here we have a green status, so that's good. Now the problem is that our ordering is incorrect. So let's go back to item. So due date should be first. But shouldn't the order that the ordering arguments are given specify which ordering takes precedence? That's true. Oh, that's our issue. It needs to be by payment date. That's our issue. Okay. Pay. Oh, dang. Dang it. This is why I had payment date as a column. Ah, crap. Shoot. So I want to actually order by payment date, not the due date. Dang. That sucks. Crap. Okay, so I am going to have to re-add that payment date column. Get rid of the paydays before column. Get rid of the payment date method. That sucks. All right, well, let's change these. None of this will work at the moment. Okay. Let's get rid of this payment date. That's why I had that set up like that. All right, so new migration. Let's just get AI to write the migration for me. All right. Write the migration to remove the pay days before column from the items table and add a new column called payment date. Column type would be a date. Set the migration up to be reversible. Okay. All right, so we're moving column pay days before, we're adding column payment date. It's a date or yeah, good. Okay, now Rails DB migrate. Okay, so I gotta see where all this affects. It'll affect our new item form. It'll affect our edit form. See if things are going to show here. Okay. We need to probably adjust. Yeah, we have no values in our payment date right now. So let's just go RC item.all items.map let's go items.up no then we'll go item.update and we'll go payment date item.due date. Let's look at our data. Let's look at these working again here. Okay. Now we should see something here. Yeah, okay, good. All right, this wasn't maybe the biggest issue ever. Let's head over to our item new and our due date and payment date. So we're actually going to specify, okay, how do I want to do this? Because I still want to keep it simple where you just select how many days before. I don't want two date pickers there. So let's go to item controller. In our create, we'll do this. We'll go item.payment date equals params dot item due date minus params item pay days before. Let's do that. Okay. And also do that for update. Okay, this may not have been such a pain in the butt to fix. Now let's see if this works. Say bank fee. Out, say $14. Let's make it due on the 13th, and let's say it pays 1 day before. Make it bills, create item. All right, we have pay days before, unknown attribute. Okay, let's get rid of that out of our permitted params and change that to payment date. So we'll go again, bank fee, let's just choose anything, 13, choose the 13th, pay 1 day before, bills, create, did you mean, what, okay, I have to parse that as a date. Date.parse. So bank fee, direction out 14, due date 13, pay 1 day before, bills, create item. All right, let's see. So we have Sunday, January 12th, due January 13th. Good. Bills, unpaid. Okay, good. Editing. Let's say I want to pay it 4 days before now. No, it's not working. Probably, let's see here. Let's go to our item edit. Okay, so payment date. Let's change this to pay days before. Let's say 5 days before, so it should show on the 8th. Good, all right. I think that was all that was needed. I just want to check these scopes. Okay, so overdue. We're checking the status. It has to be unpaid. The payment date has to be less than today. Then we're ordering it by direction and name. Then we have due today, which is also unpaid, and the payment date has to be today. Then tomorrow, unpaid, payment date has to be tomorrow. Upcoming, defaults to today plus 1 week. The status has to be unpaid. The payment date has to be greater than tomorrow and less than the end date. And we're ordering by payment date first, and then by direction, and then by name. Okay. That wasn't so bad. Do I want to add in a pay days before method just for easy showing how many days? May not even be necessary at this point now. It might just be an unused method. So I won't use that until do that until it's needed. Okay. Good. Okay, so one thing I'm just realizing I want to do as well is when an item has paid items, I want to show like a count of how many paid items have been paid off on that day. So it would be like no unpaid items due tomorrow, and then I'll have like a check mark saying you had 4 items that were already paid. All right, so I'm gonna do that in the next stream. So we'll add a little section here saying how many items have been paid. So I'm gonna add that to my to-dos. Check off user registration here. Let's say display number of paid items for days on dashboard. Put that up here for it to be next. And then we can start working on some of these categories. Get the categories working. And I actually want to do forecast and month budget next there. It's a little more fun to work on than the UI stuff. Okay. I think that's it for tonight. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to pick up on this. Well, if I'm streaming tomorrow, likely will be. But that's it for tonight.